Good day everyone. This presentation will be all about our DOE or Design of Experiment for CPE 114L. I am Cesar Lalin as your first speaker, giving you a brief background and introduction on our chosen topic, followed by our second presenter, Ramirez Patrick, for an in-depth discussion when it comes to codes and how our water level indicator works. And lastly, to end our presentation will be Conti Christian for our conclusions and overall summary for our design of experiment. So moving on to our introduction, this is the project description and our project aims to firstly create and execute a water level monitoring system as part of our design of experiment. Implemented using Verilog hardware description language or the HDL. And the system's primary goal is to accurately monitor and display water levels within a reservoir or tank through digital indicators. Aside from that, this project also aims to demonstrate logic design, programming, and project management proficiency while offering practical insights into digital systems development. In addition to providing useful insights into the development of digital systems, the project seeks to demonstrate competency in logic design, programming, and project management. And lastly, in response to our requirement of modifying the given sample logic circuits, we have made use for the circuit 1 as our sample logic circuit and base our model for further development from there onward. Now moving on for the type modeling. Based on our project description, these are the total application we have incorporated or applied to our DOE. Starting off with the behavioral modeling, this is the highest level of abstraction in Verilog and is often used for initial design and experimentation. It describes what the design does rather than how it does it. We've also incorporated data flow modeling since this focuses on describing the flow of data through the system, often using continuous assignment and Boolean equations. Aside from that, we also have the structural modeling in application to our DOE, since this describes the design by connecting smaller modules or components, focusing on how they are interconnected, which will be discussed by our second presenter. And lastly, the finite state machine modeling, since this is a type of behavioral modeling that also defines sequential logic and control flow. It uses states and transitions to define specific behaviors based on clock cycles and events, which will be shown later for our source codes and program output. And that is all for the first part of our DO.
Source codes for the water level indicator. So at the left side, you can see the source code, the whole source code for the test bench. And for the right side, we can see the design codes wherein it includes the data path module, the control path module, and the water level indicator top level module. So what are these? So how do we explain these codes? Well, data path module, as we can see, data path module, this module receives the water level sensors, the inputs and encodes the active sensor data into a 4-bit output, the encoded level. It uses a loop to prioritize the highest active sensor, encoding the level based on the sensor input. So on the control path data or control path module, I'm sorry, control path module. In this module, it usually takes the encoded level from the data path and decodes it into a 3-bit output or, or the level indicator, which represents different water levels. For example, the 10, 20, or 30 meters, and so on and so forth. The case statement maps the 4-bit encoded level to the corresponding level indicator values. So the top module or the top level module, which is the water level indicator, this module instantiates the data path and control path modules connecting them to the CLK, water level sensors, and level indicator signals. So for the test bench, water level indicator test bench, this test bench code simulates the design by providing various water level sensors, the inputs, uh, basically generating a clock signal and monitoring the output through uh, the display statements. So how does the code works? So the process, the data path module scans the water level sensors, inputs 5 bits to find the highest active sensors and encode it to the encoded level. So therefore, the next process, the control path module uses this encoded level to set the level indicator, which signifies the water level based on the activated sensor. Next, then the test bench initializes the water level sensor inputs, generates the clock signals, and then simulates the what different conditions to test the behavior of the system. Next is this a program output. You can see at the program output of the Verilog code, the VCD input info, using the code using a dump file dump VCD. So this is the water level sensors, 5 bit 5 bit 00000, level indicator invalid or don't care, XXX, water level sensors at by the by this is the entire results of the code. So by the water level sensor 0001, level indicator 001, it indicates mm, that the sensor is active and what the water level it corresponds to. So the console output shows the sequence of input states for the water level sensors and their corresponding level indicator values. Next is the output, the program output again, the EP wave. So in this figure, it shows the EP wave program output for the water level indicator. It is shown above the image, the CLK, it provides a rising water level. So therefore, the level indicator shows the encoded water level to indicate what level of the water is currently in either they were on 10, 20, 30, 40, or even 50 meters, which is the highest level. Lastly, the water level sensor represents the binary values of each sensor being activated. So in this sequence, it represents different water levels being sensed by the sensors, where each bit position corresponds to a sensor, and then the activation of a bit indicates the presence of water at that level.
The water level indicator system, developed using Verilog, is described in the accompanying Verilog code. The device utilizes multiple sensors to determine the water level within a tank or reservoir and subsequently displays the data digitally. The output of the water level monitoring system demonstrates its functionality and effectiveness in accurately detecting and displaying water levels. It simulates the system's operation, showcasing its ability to interpret sensor inputs and encode them into corresponding water level indicators. The test bench encompasses numerous scenarios, including testing empty states, varying water level activations, and combinations of sensor inputs, to verify the system's operation. Every test case guarantees that the encoding and decoding procedures function as intended and sheds light on how the system reacts to various water level situations. The supplied Verilog code exemplifies how to create a water level monitoring system in an organized manner. The provided Verilog code serves as a strong starting point for a water level indicator system. However, to enhance its functionality, consider adding features like alerts for crucial water levels and integrating with external systems for remote monitoring. Additionally, optimizing the encoding and decoding processes, particularly for larger systems with numerous sensors, can improve performance. To further bolster the system's reliability, It's essential to account for real world factors like noise, ambient conditions, and sensor accuracy. By addressing these aspects, we can develop a more robust and versatile water level monitoring solution.